Good day, everyone. I am Miss Lorraine, your teacher in General Mathematics, and for today, we will start to discuss all about rational functions. So, what will be our agenda for today? First is we will be having our activity or motivation entitled Identifying Fractions on our synchronous class. Next, we will solve rational equation. We will discuss rational function. We will graph rational function, and we will be having our generalization, conclusion, and Q&A session on our synchronous class. And last, I will discuss the things you need to do. Okay, so our topic for today is all about rational functions and what are the objectives. First, we will distinguish rational function to rational equation. Second, we will determine the intercepts, zeros, and asymptotes of rational function. Third, we will graph rational function. And last, we will solve problems involving rational function and equation. Let's start with rational equation. When we say rational equation, it is an equation indicating that two expressions containing at least one term expressed as a rational expression that are equal. So remember the word equal. That is a rational equation. So when solving a rational equation, you have a choice of two ways to eliminate the fraction. So case number one, when each side of the equation is a single rational expression, we can use cross multiplication. So cross multiply. Ibig sabihin po, if yung given natin sa left side ay single rational expression, same with the right side, then we can apply cross multiply. So let's have an example. Okay, so look at these equations. Given we have 3 over 5x is equal to 2 over x minus 7. Okay, so how can we cross multiply? Okay, cross multiply. So multiply po muna natin. Yung una nating ilalagay is yung equation na kasama ng ating first or numerator po sa left side. Okay? So, sulat na natin siya. This will become 3 multiplied by x minus 7, since that is cross multiply. And then copy the equal sign. We have 2 times 5x. And then after that, sa left side, distribute. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. Is equal to 2 times 5x, that is 10x. Next step is you will combine like terms. So, paano po tayo magko-combine like terms kung yung same nating terms ay hindi pa magkakasama? So, make sure na sila ay magkakasama na sa iisang side. Okay, kung makikita natin, meron tayo dito ang degree ay 1 or exponent ay 1 na dalawa. Si 3x tsaka si 10x. So, dapat sila ay magkatabi or magkasama sa iisang side. So, ano yung term na gagamitin natin para mapagsama natin sila? We will transpose. Okay? So, write 3x. Since nag-transpose ka, always na mag-change ang sign. Either magta-transpose ka from left to right or right to left, always mag-change ang sign. So, since this is positive 10x, it will become negative 10x is equal to. So, sa left side mo, magkakasama na ngayon yung degree ay 1. Ngayon naman, sa right side mo, doon mo ilalagay si constant. So, magbabago ang sign niya. Negative 21, tinranspose mo siya sa right side, magiging positive 21. And then after that, solve mo na yung like terms. You have 3x minus 10x. Nag-subtract ka ng malaki sa maliit. So, of course, the answer will be negative. Okay? So, 3 minus 10 is negative 7. And then just copy the variable x is equal to 21. So, in solving the rational equation po, for you to know if both sides are equal, you should solve first for the value of x. Okay? Isosolve mo yung value ng x. And then dito sa step natin na to, nakita natin na meron pa siyang kasamang -7. Okay? Pag si variable natin, si x natin, ay may kasamang less than or greater than sa 1, ano ang gagawin natin? Dapat siya ay ma-eliminate. So, paano natin siya ma-eliminate or matanggal? You will divide both sides by -7. And then, cancel na silang dalawa. Ano na lang ngayon ang matitira sa left side? Matitira na lang po ay x. And then, since 21 divided by -7, 21 divided by 7 is 3. And then, positive divided by negative is negative. So, final answer, the value of your x is -3. Okay, next example. Let's say we have equation number 2, -4 over x plus 3 is equal to 5 over x minus 3. So, as you can see po, single ang expression sa left, single din ang expression sa right. So, ibig sabihin, you can cross multiply. So, same process as what we did in example number 1. So, we write 4. And then 4, since it is cross multiply, we have 4 times x minus 3 is equal to 5 times x plus 3. Okay, after mong mag-cross multiply, kailangan matanggal or ma-remove mo po yung mga grouping symbols. So, you will distribute -4 and -5 to x minus 3 and x plus 3. So, -4 times x, that is -4x. -4 times -3, same negative, so it will become +12 is equal to 5 times x, that is 5x. 5 times 3, that is 15. And then after that, solve for the given value of x. So, paano po natin isa-solve si x? Dapat lahat ng similar terms ay magkakasama sa iisang side. So, highest degree is 1 and we have here a constant. So, ano po ang magiging left side natin? Let's say we have -4x and then hanapin mo yung kaparehong term niya. We have 5x. So, since nasa right side siya, you will transpose. And remember, kapag nag-transpose ka, kahit anong sign man yan, basta nilipat mo, magbabago po ang sign. Okay? So, since that is positive 5x, nilipat mo siya sa kaliwa, magiging -5x. And then, it is equal to, yung natira po sa kanan, rewrite. Okay? I-rewrite nyo po muna bago kayo mag-transpose. Okay, nire-write si 15, and then yung kasama niyang another constant, tsaka mo po tinranspose or inilipat. So, since that is +12, it will become -12. And then, add or subtract. Solve na natin. We have -4x minus 5x. So, since they are similar terms, just copy the variable and then solve for the leading coefficient. So, we have -4 minus 5, which is -9. So, we have -9x is equal to 15 minus 12. We have 3. At nakita mo na naman na merong kasamang leading coefficient si x na less than sa 1. So, ano ang gagawin mo? You will divide both sides by the leading coefficient of your variable. Bakit natin siya dinidivide sa leading coefficient ng kasama ni variable? Kasi po, kailangan ma-eliminate mo po yung leading coefficient na kasama ni variable since you are solving for the value of x. Okay? So, cancel, cancel. Ano na lang matitira? We have x na lang po sa left side. And then we have 3 over -9. And we all know that 3 and 9 is divisible by 3. So, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And positive divided by negative is negative. So, final answer, we have x is equal to -1. 1/3. Okay. Now, note, to verify if the answer is correct, substitute the value of x to the original equation. Any solution that will cause the denominator to equal 0 should be rejected. We call those solution as extraneous solution. O tatandaan po natin, paano natin masisigurado na tama ang sagot natin or tama yung nakuha nating value sa x? Anong gagawin natin? Magkakaroon po tayo ng checking. At paano po natin gagawin si checking? Yung nakuha mo pong value sa x, isa-substitute mo lang po doon sa given na equation. And then kapag nag-equal sila, then it means that the value of your x is correct. Ngayon, kapag nagkamali naman, naging not equal po nung nag-check ka or ginawa mo na yung checking, nag-not equal. So, ibig sabihin, meron pong mali sa iyong ginawang process or solution. Okay? And then, tatandaan din natin na any solution daw po na magkukos sa denominator natin na 0 ay tinatawag po natin na extraneous solution. So, balikan po natin yung example number 1 natin. Ayan. So, sa right side, makikita ninyo na meron po tayong checking. At sa una nating example, nakuha po natin ang value ng x natin, which is negative 3. So, paano po natin ma-check kung tama si negative 3? Punta tayo ulit sa equation. So, ito po ang given nating equation. Tingnan natin kung ilan po ang x sa equation. Merong 2. So, yung 2 x na yan, papalitan mo lang po yan nung nakuha mong value, which is negative 3. And then, after that, solve. So, try natin. We have 3 over 5. Since ang katabi ng 5 ay x, substitute the value of x, which is negative 3. Is equal to, we have 2 as our numerator, and then we have x minus 7. So, the value of our x is negative 3 minus 7. Okay? And then, solve. Remember, kapag nag-equal po yung left side mo, so right side mo, then it means that the value of your x is correct. Okay? So, right sa numerator, we have 5 times negative 3. That is negative 15 is equal to, rewrite si numerator, negative 3 minus 7, we have negative 10. Okay, so nakita natin na hindi sila pareho. So, subukan po natin siyang i-lowest term or i-reduce. And we all know, sa left side natin, that 3 and 15 is divisible by 3. So, divide natin sila by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And positive divided by negative is negative. Is equal to. So, we all know that 2 and 10 is divisible by 2. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And positive divided by negative is negative. And as you can see po, they have the same value or they are equal. So, it means that the value of your x is correct, which is negative 3. Ayan. So, ginagamit po natin yung checking para malaman po natin kung tama po yung nakuha nating value ng ating x. Remember, kapag nag-not equal yan, it means may mali po doon sa ginawa mo sa process. Okay, next. Checking naman po natin yung example number 2. So, given po natin, we have negative 4 over x plus 3 is equal to 5 over x minus 3. At nakuha natin dito, ang value ng ating x, ayan, dalawang x ulit, ay negative 1/3. Okay? So, anong sunod natin gagawin? We will substitute. Ano po ang isa-substitute natin? Yung value ng ating x. Okay. So, start na tayong mag-substitute. So, it will become negative 4 over, since that is x plus 3, it will become negative 1/3. Okay, negative 1/3 plus 3 is equal to 5 over, since that is x minus 3, it will become negative 1/3 minus 3. And then solve. Basta after mo mag-substitute, proceed ka na sa solving. So, remain po, si numerator muna natin. Hindi muna natin siya gagalawin. Negative 4. And then proceed tayong isolve si denominator. So, as we can see, we have here a fraction and the whole number. Para di ka malito, we all know that this whole number, we can over it to 1. Okay, we can rewrite 1 as our denominator in any whole number. Okay? And then find their LCD. So since the denominator is 3 and 1, matik, the denominator will be 3. Okay, the number except 1. So you have 3. 3 divide 3 is 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Next, 3 divide 1 is 3. Times 3, we have 9. And then, solve ulit. Sa left side muna tayo. We have negative 4 over negative 1 plus 9. That is 8 over 3. Next, sa right side naman. We have here 5 as our numerator. So, remain. And then, same po na ang ating given ay fraction at whole number. So, we can write 1 as our denominator. So, find their LCD. Okay, 3 divided by 3 is 1 times 1 is negative 1. 3 divided by 1 is 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And then solve. We have our numerator 5 and then solve natin si denominator. Negative 1 minus 9, that is negative 10 over 3. So, next po natin gagawin dyan, since whole number na siya and then given natin sa denominator ay LCD, next po natin gagawin is we will reciprocal. Paano po tayo magre-reciprocal? I-change lang po natin yung position ng ating denominator. Di ba pag nag-divide po tayo ng fraction, reciprocal, then proceed to multiplication. Okay? So, si negative 4 po, we can write that as negative 4 over 1 para hindi ka malito. Gawin mo rin siyang fraction. So, negative 4 over 1. And then, sabi nga po, kapag nag-divide ka ng fraction, reciprocal the denominator and then proceed to multiplication. So, since this is 8 over 3, reciprocal, or kabaliktaran niya, we have 3 over 8. Okay, yan yung sa left side. Right side naman, we have 5 as our numerator. We can write 1 as our denominator. And then multiply to the reciprocal of the denominator. Since that is negative 10 over 3, it will become 3 over negative 10. And then proceed to multiplication. So, how can we multiply fraction? So, multiply the numerator to the numerator, and then multiply the denominator to the denominator. So, we have negative 4 times 3, that is negative 12. 1 times 8, that is 8, is equal to 5 times 3, that is 15. 1 times negative 10, that is negative 10. And then after that, reduce or lowest term. So we all know that 12 and 8 is divisible by 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then negative divided by positive is negative. Is equal to. So we all know that 15 and 10 is divisible by 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Positive divided by negative is negative. And as you can see, they are equal. So it means that the value of your x, which is negative 1/3, is correct. Okay? Ayan. Next, let's proceed with case number 2. So sa case number 1 natin, remember, kapag ang given natin sa left side ay isang expression at sa right side ay isang expression, then ibig sabihin we can use cross multiply. So iba naman ang kaso natin dito sa case number 2. When a rational equation is not expressed as a proportion with one term on each side, ibig sabihin hindi na sila equal na pareho lang na tigi-isang expression each side, then we can solve it by reducing the fractions to a common denominator and then solve the equality of the numerators. So the Cram method can be used to simplify rational equations. So what do we mean by Cram method? Okay, so C stands for clear all fractions by multiplying both sides of the equation by the LCD of the terms. Okay, next R, remove all grouping symbols if there is any. A stands for add or subtract similar terms. And last M, multiply or divide both sides by the numerical coefficient of the variable, leaving only the variable on the left side of the equation with coefficient equal to 1. Then, check the result. Okay, so first po, dyan sa ating C, i-clear po natin yung ating fraction. So, paano natin makiklear yung fractions ng given natin na function? So, magmumultiply daw po tayo both sides ng equation dun po sa LCD po ng term. Okay, kukunin natin yung LCD po ng given natin na function and then yun po ang i-multiply natin both sides. After that, lahat ng grouping symbols, pag sinabing grouping symbols, ito yung mga parentheses, bracket, braces. I-remove daw po natin yun. Ibig sabihin, para ma-remove natin doon, either ikaw ay mag-distribution. Okay? Next, add or subtract. So, ito na yung pagsasamahin mo yung mga may same. Pagsasamahin mo po yung like terms. Pagsasamahin mo yung like terms. And then, add or subtract. And last one, since we are solving for the value of x, dapat po ang leading coefficient ng ating x ay 1 lamang. Kapag siya ay nag-greater than sa 1 or nag-less than sa 1, then ang gagawin mo, you will divide both sides doon po sa given na numerical coefficient na kasama ng variable mo. Okay? And then, after that, check the result. Okay, so let's have an example. Yan. So, equation natin, we have 3 over x plus 1 half is equal to 5 over x. So, hindi na sila parehong one expression each side. So, hindi na applicable si cross multiply. So, ano daw po ang gagamitin natin? We have Cram method. So, C muna tayo. So, C stands for clear all fractions. So, paano daw natin makiklear ang fraction? We will multiply both sides by the LCD of the terms. So, para mas madali po ninyong maintindihan, ang gagawin nyo lang po is kukunin nyo lang po yung denominator. Ngayon, kapag may umulit, ibig sabihin, yan ay counted na lang po as 1. Again, kukunin na lang sa denominator, yun ang imumultiply natin both sides. And then, pag may umulit, counted as 1. So, check natin. Ang denominator natin dito ay x, 2, and x. So, dalawang x po tayo. Ano daw ang gagawin natin pag dalawa or pag same? Counted as 1. So, what will be the LCD of the given function? So, we will multiply both sides by 2x. Okay? Kasi nakita natin na ang denominator x, 2, tsaka x. So, si x ay counted lang as 1. So, we will multiply both sides by 2x. Okay. So, para di kayo malito, start muna tayo dito. Okay. So, we have 2x times 3 over 6x. At nakita mo na merong parehong term which is si x. So, cancel. So, ano na lang ang matitira? We have 2 times 3. Okay. Next, doon naman tayo sa pangalawa. Murahin ko na siya. Okay, dito naman po tayo sa pangalawa. We have here 2x times 1 over 2. Nakita mo na meron na naman pong same term which is 2. So, cancel. Ano na lang pong matitira? We have positive 1 times x. Okay. Next, last. So, sa right side, we have equal to 5 times 2x over x. Same term. Again, meron kang nakita na x. So, anong gagawin mo? Cancel. And then, ano na lang ang natira? We have 5 times 2. Okay, natapos ka na sa C. Na-clear mo na ngayon ang fraction. Okay, punta ka na sa R. So, sa R natin, remove all grouping symbols. Okay, so re-remove natin lahat ng grouping symbols. We have 2 times 3, that is 6. Okay, 1 times x. Okay, so that is 1x, or we can write that as x is equal to 5 times 2, which is equal to 10. Okay, na-remove na natin lahat ng grouping symbols. Punta tayo doon sa A, which is add or subtract similar terms. So, para ma-add or subtract natin ang similar terms, make sure po na magkakasama po sila sa iisang side. Okay. So, since isa lang ang x natin dito, we're right. And then we have 2 constant. So, lagay natin sila sa kanan. So, rewrite si 10. And then transpose si positive 6 rather, it will become negative 6. And then last is yung m, multiply or divide both sides by the leading coefficient of the given variable. But since the given variable po here is leading coefficient is 1, then no need to do the multiply or divide. So, compute na natin to. 10 minus 6, we have 4. And that will be the value of your x. So to check, of course, all you have to do is to substitute the value of x to the given equation. So since meron kang dalawang x dyan, meron ka ding papalitang dalawang 4. Kaya magiging 3 over 4 plus 1 half, we have is equal to 5 over 4. Okay, so since ang right side mo ay isa lang na expression, then rewrite. And then solve mo po ngayon sa left side. So, add po tayo ng fraction. And then they have different denominators. So, first is find their LCD. So, to find their LCD, dapat po ililist po natin ang kanilang common multiple. So, si 2 tsaka si 4. Least common multiple po ang kukunin natin. And that will serve as their LCD. So 2, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Si 4 naman, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on. Multiples of 2 and multiples of 4. Now, kunin po yung least na common nila pareho. Pinakamababa na common nila pareho, we have 4. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, their denominator will be 4. And then proceed to divide, then multiply. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Times 1 is 2. And then add 3 plus 2. You have 5 over 4 is equal to 5 over 4. As you can see, they are equal. So it means that the value of your x, which is 4, is correct. Okay, next. We have here second example under gram method. We have 3 over x minus 2 plus 2 over x is equal to 1 over x minus 2. Okay, so letter C po tayo. Clear all fractions. So, paano po natin makiklear yung fractions? We will multiply both sides by the LCD of the given equation. So, tingnan po natin ang ating denominator. So, denominator natin, we have x minus 2, x and another x minus 2. Ano sabi ni ma'am? Kapag merong magkaparehong denominator, that is counted to 1. So, ano po ang i-multiply natin both sides? Diba sabi ko po, dapat lahat ng nasa denominator and then kapag may naulit lang, tsaka lang siya makakount as 1. So, ang magiging equation po natin na i-multiply both sides will be x and x minus 2. X times x minus 2. So, bakit x times x minus 2? So, we have here a denominator of x minus 2. Ayan. And then denominator of x. Ito po. So, since another x minus 2 na din naman to, then ito na din po yung count niya. Okay? So, bakit natin kinukuha lahat ng denominator at minumultiply natin both sides? Kasi nga po, sa Karam method, dapat ma-clear po natin ang fractions. Ibig sabihin, dapat ma-eliminate si denominator. Okay? So, start tayo dito. So, first, ayan. So, we have here x times x minus 2 times 3 over x minus 2. At nakita mo na meron na namang same na term, which is x minus 2. So, cancel, cancel. Ano na lang ang matitira? We have 3x. Yun na lang ang natira. Si 3 tsaka si x. Okay. Next. Parahin ko to. Ito naman. Pangalawa. Okay. So, we have here x times x minus 2 times 2 over x. At nakita mo na meron silang same term, which is x. So, cancel, cancel. Matitira, we have si 2 sa numerator, tsaka si x minus 2. And then sa right side, we have this one. And then same po, x minus 2 na term, so kinancel out mo siya. And then, natira, we have 1 times x. Okay, so natapos ka na sa letter C, which is yung i-clear yung fraction. Ma'am, bakit po hindi pwedeng x minus 2 lang ang i-multiply mo both sides? Kasi may kasama naman ng x, si x minus 2. Remember po, hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-cancel ng variable at isa pang given na equation na meron ngang variable pero may kasama namang iba pang term. Okay, remember, kailan lang tayo magka-cancel ng same term? Kapag ang operation ay multiplication. Okay, since that is x minus 2, then hindi mo pwedeng i-cancel yung x na kasama ni negative 2. Kaya, ang inakyat natin as, or minultiply natin both sides ay x times x minus 2. So, okay ka na sa C mo. Okay, okay na yung C natin. Next natin is R. Okay, so for R, we have to remove all grouping symbols. So, para ma-remove yan, then we will distribute. So, remains si 3x. And then, as you can see, we have here 2 and then multiplied by x minus 2. So, distribute. 2 times x, that is 2x. 2 times negative 2, that is negative 4. Is equal to 1 times x, that is 1x, or we can write that as x. Okay. Next, for A, we have to add or subtract similar terms. And for us to be able to add or subtract similar terms, dapat yung magkakaparehong term ay magkakasama sa iisang side. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, meron ka nakita ditong ang variable ay x at ang exponent ay 1 na tatlo. May 3x, may 2x, tas may x pa. So, pagsasamahin mo dapat sila sa iisang side. So, rewrite si 3x, rewrite si 2x, and then since yung x, naka-same niya ng term ay nasa kanan, transpose. Ililipat mo siya dun sa kabila. So, since that is positive, it will become negative. And then, it is equal to, and then the constant, which is negative 4, transpose sa kanan, then it will become positive 4. Okay. And then, add na natin. So, same sila ng term. So, copy the variable, which is x. Solve for the leading coefficient. So, 3 plus 2, that is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So, we have 4x is equal to 4. And last, we have m. Multiply or divide both sides by the leading coefficient of your variable. And then, the leading coefficient of our variable is 4. So, multiply it both sides. Cancel, cancel. Then x will be equal to 4 divided by 4, we have 1. Okay, so to check if our answer is correct or if the value of x is correct, then let's have checking. And then all we have to do is to substitute the value of x, which is 1. Okay, so it will become 3 over 1 minus 2 plus 2 over 1 is equal to 1 over 1 minus 2. Solve. 3 over 1 minus 2, that is negative 1, plus 2 over 1, we can write that as 2, is equal to 1 over negative 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2, that is negative 1. Okay, next. 3 divided by negative 1, of course, that is negative 3. And then copy plus 2. 1 divided by negative 1, that is negative 1. And last step, negative 3 plus 2, we have negative 1 is equal to negative 1. And as you can see, they are equal. So we have the correct answer, which is the value of x, which is 1. Okay? So do you have any question on how to solve the given rational equation? So if you have any question, you can ask me on our synchronous class. Now, let's try these given exercises. Okay, so let's try. For given function, number 1, we have x plus 2 over x plus 4 is equal to x minus 2 over x plus 2. So as you can see, one expression in the left side and another expression in the right side. So ibig sabihin, we can cross multiply. Okay, so we have here x plus 2 and then x plus 2 is equal to x minus 2 x plus 4. Okay, and then after that, since multiply na po ito, you can use the FOIL method. Okay, so FOIL method po tayo. So x times x, that is x squared. X times 2, that is 2x. 2 times x, that is 2x. And then 2 times 2, that is 4. Okay, right side. X times x, that is x squared. X times 4, that is 4x. Negative 2 times x, that is negative 2x. And negative 2 times 4, that is negative 8. Okay, next, combine like terms. We have your x squared plus 2x, that is 4x plus 4. And then sa right side, we have x squared, 4x minus 2x, that is positive 2x. And then copy minus 8. Okay, next. So, since na-combine na natin yung mga term, pero may mga terms sa left side na pareho pa sa right side. So, transpose. Okay, lahat ng x ay nasa kaliwa, lahat ng constant ay nasa kanan. So, it will become x squared. So, since may kapareho siyang term sa kanan, transpose. So, since this is positive, it will become negative. Okay, next, write 4x. And then may another variable po or exponent na 1 sa right side. So, nilipat mo siya sa left side. So, since that is positive 2x, it will become negative 2x. Equal to, remain, si constant number sa right side. And then, may constant sa left side, transpose. So, positive 4, it will become negative 4. And then, solve. As you can see, this is x squared minus x squared, which is equal to 0. So we can cancel it out. And then solve for the value of x. 4x minus 2x. 4 minus 2 is 2x. Is equal to negative 8 minus 4. That is negative 12. And then since the value of the leading coefficient of our variable is greater than 1, then we will divide both sides by the leading coefficient, which is 2. Cancel, cancel. So x will be equal to negative 12 divided by 2. We have negative 6. Okay, so now let's have our checking. Okay, so our checking, we will just substitute the given value of our x, which is negative 6, to the original equation. So it will become negative 6 plus 2 over negative 6 plus 4 is equal to negative 6 minus 2 over negative 6 plus 2. And then solve. Negative 6 plus 2, that is negative 4. Negative 6 plus 4, that is negative 2. Negative 6 minus 2, that is negative 8. Negative 6 plus 2, that is negative 4. Okay, next. Negative 4 divided by negative 2, that is positive 2. Negative 8 divided by negative 4, that is positive 2. So as you can see, they are equal, so it means that we have the correct answer. The value of x is equal to negative 6. Okay, so let's start to solve for our second try and learn exercises. So given we have 2 over x minus 2, 2 over x minus 2 is equal to x over x minus 2 minus 4. So since single term yung left and then dalawang terms sa right, then hindi na po applicable si cross multiply. So we will be using the crumb method. So first is we have C. We need to clear all fraction. So paano ma-clear si fraction? Kailangan kunin yung LCD. At paano kunin si LCD? Lahat ng nasa given na denominator, yun yung i-multiply mo both sides. Except kung merong magkapareho, that is counted as 1. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, in this given equation, multiply both sides by, we will multiply both sides by x minus 2. Okay, so first, ito muna tayo. So, since x minus 2 to, cancel, matitira ay 2 is equal to, kanan naman, ito muna. Okay? So, nakita mo na meron na namang magkapareho na x minus 2. So, cancel, matitira x. Ay, burahin ko ha, kasi dalawang term sa kanan. Next naman, ito naman, si negative 4. So, since wala kang makakancel kay negative 4 kasi wala siyang denominator, then, you just need to copy. So, magiging negative 4 times x minus 2. Okay. Next, remove all grouping symbols. So, para ma-remove yung grouping symbols, distribute. Negative 4 times x, negative 4x, negative 4 times negative 2, that is positive 8. Next, add or subtract similar terms. So, para ma-add or subtract natin ang similar terms, dapat same sila na nasa iisang side. So, since whole number to, write na lang natin. Since nandun yung isa niya pang whole number or constant, transpose. So, since this is positive 8, it will become negative 8. And then sa kanan, remain si x minus 4x. And then proceed to add or subtract. So, 2 minus 8, that is negative 6. X minus 4x, so we can write this as 1 minus 4, which is negative 3. And then copy x. And then, we have m. So, sa m natin, ang sabi, kung ang leading coefficient mo is greater or less than so 1, then multiply the coefficient both sides. Bakit natin siya i-multiply? Para ma-cancel yung kasama ni x. So, what will be the value of our x? We have negative 6 over negative 3, and that is positive 2. Okay? Nakuha na natin yung value ng x, so let's have checking. Okay. So, substitute lang natin substitute lang natin yung value ng x sa lahat po ng x sa given na equation. So, you have 2 over 2 minus 2 is equal to 2 over 2 minus 2 minus 4. Okay? So, solve natin. We have here 2 over 2 minus 2 is 0. At nakita na natin, since ang sabi natin kanina sa note, sabi doon, kapag naging 0 daw po ang denominator, then it is an extraneous solution. Okay? Yun po ang isusulat natin. Naging 0 na po agad yung kanyang denominator. So, ibig sabihin, that is an extraneous solution. So, balikan po natin yung meaning ng extraneous solution. Sabi dito, kapag yung solution po natin magkukos sa denominator na mag-i-equal sa 0, dapat po yun ay i-reject natin. So, ibig sabihin, yung nakuha natin yung value doon ng x, which is 2, is i-reject po natin yun. Kasi yung buong given po na equation is an extraneous solution. Okay? So, thank you so much po for watching this video. If you learned something new today about our lesson, you can comment it down below. So, proceed na po kayo doon sa ating second video, which is all about rational function.